So I'm here with Neal Powless at the PBLA opening weekend combine for the Binghamton Bombers.
Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. We got 3 sessions, the first 3 sessions in, and it was good.
Now, one thing that I noticed that is big with this league is they're looking for, they're really trying to push like the transition and the athletic two-way players.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what we drafted. So the majority of our roster is two-way players. So we're really looking at being able to move from offense to defense or defense to offense, full speed, take advantage of the opportunities of them either trying to change or just outgunning their team. Right? It's going to be, for years, for many years ago, many decades ago, lacrosse was always known as the fastest game on 2 feet. And the Binghamton Bombers are going to prove that this year.
That's awesome. I think that's going to really lead to a super exciting version of lacrosse, like you said. The most exciting sport on 2 feet really is the guys flying up and down the floor and trying creative stuff. And
bodies flying, bodies diving, hitting, running. We're our goal. We're big, we're strong, we're fast. So our goal is to beat down, wear teams down. Understanding that other teams understand they got to run too. So it's not going to be the first or second, but it's going to be who has more heart in the third and the fourth to keep up with what we're going to do. So and everyone's buying into the process. Everyone believes in that system. And if the guys are here and they're trying out and they're not buying into that, then maybe they might fit in with someone else. But that's the nature of the game. It's professional lacrosse, and I have plenty of years playing internationally and professional. And I know what I did to stay in the league. I know how hard I worked, carrying a 40-hour job and then 2-3 hours a night, every night all week, and then the weekend, right? So 6 days a week, doing my job, getting work done. So that's what I expect from these guys too. Because at any level, if we're pro, we have to earn that label. And so that's what we're looking to do.
Now, I always misquote you, so I wanted to get this right. I believe you told me it was 90% of it is showing up. While you're there, you better do your best, and there's always something you can improve on, essentially, from your last performance.
Yeah, well, not 99% of the world we don't know.
Right.
You don't know what you don't know, and so even if these guys have played professional or if they've played a number of years, there are so many drills and different things that we can do, and wrinkles and tweaks, and that's really the goal here is to lay down the fundamentals, which these first training camp sessions will do. One physically, but also technique-wise, and then as the season progresses, we're going to make little tweaks here and there as we go. Every session, every practice, every game, there's going to be a little evolution of a tweak. And so the goal really there is to show up, do your best, and be coachable. Because I've learned something from every coach I've had. Some of the worst coaches I've ever had, I learned something from them. That helped me in my career. And I learned what I didn't want too, right? And so I take from both those experiences, the good coaches and the bad. There was really no bad coach, but just structures, systems that maybe didn't fit with what I saw the game as being. Being an indigenous person, understanding where the roots of the game come from. I believe that there's a spirit and a soul that we have to put into the game. And I want the guys that are willing to put that in. And I pride myself in hoping to inspire. That's my goal, is to inspire the fellas to play with that heart, play with that passion, play with that emotional content, but also to let their spirit soar within the team and the game, and that the fans, whether they're home fans or visiting fans, that they feel what our players are putting into the game.
Yeah, and that seemed to really be something huge out there now. It's got to be really cool for you too. So a lot of these guys that you have on your team were field players until they started playing with you in the Eddy. It's got to be a pretty awesome feeling to now see them full circle, being able to compete with some of these guys who have been playing for years and years.
Yeah, I talked to a few of the Eddy guys that we have on the roster, and I was, after today's session, so they got 3 sessions in. And the first guy was stretching out, and I said, this is why when we're at practice at the Eddy, I sigh every once in a while, and he goes, I get it now. He goes, I see. I go, this is the level that I played at for 15 years. This is the speed at which I practiced for 15 years. This is the quality that I want to play every day. So when I show up to practice, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm hoping for. And if it's not that, then I want to get there. You know, and he goes, I get it now. I was like, so that's really kind of that learning curve that happens, and the mental reps that have to go in to get there when you're not on the field, you know. So putting that time in, letting it become your dream, right? That's really what will do. What will help that become your dream and become a reality is if you're putting in the mental reps. You got to put in the work. You know, nothing worth having comes easy. We have to work for the greatest things that we're going to have, and so we had to put in the work.
Yeah, no, and you can definitely see it. And training sessions look like they went pretty well out there.
Yeah.
How you feeling about the team moving forward? I mean, you still got some more roster pieces you're looking to kind of tweak here and there, or are you starting to get set up?
For this weekend, we had about 10 guys that weren't able to travel this weekend. Some of them were our supplemental picks in the last NLL release draft. A couple of them were late entries into the player portal. All of them, I think, that we picked up in the draft have a very, very, very good shot at making the roster. So the guys that were here are really going to have to earn their stripes next weekend at the training camp here, back again here at the Nexus Center, mostly because we have that many quality guys coming in tomorrow, next week. And so all these guys will have to show that what they learned this weekend, that they can apply it next weekend and the weekend after that, show that they got a higher ceiling than these other guys. So that's who's going to make the team, the guys that have that ceiling and those raw talent and abilities and can elevate us to the next level.
And the guys, willing to put in the work. So it sounds like you're looking for guys to put in work, and hopefully with the talent level that you've got, if guys are willing to put in the work, buy into the systems.
Yeah, we're pretty happy with what showed up. You know, like I said, I've played a lot of years in a lot of places, and I'm pretty pleased with the quality of the players that were here this weekend, and even more encouraged that next weekend we're going to have even better players. We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and all of these guys went through this weekend, and they they're like, wow, and welcome to professional sports. You know, it's not easy, and when you watch a game, whatever sport it is, you know, if you're watching it on TV, if you're in the stands and you're watching it, you know, just know that these guys are putting everything they got, and I owe that to every fan that comes out to a Binghamton Bombers game, to know that I have put my players through the best training regimen that they can, so that when they step on the field, you get your money's worth.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah, so that's basically going to be the motto of the team: is hard work and showing up.
Hard work, discipline, do the little things, because those are the things that make us champions. You know, and hopefully, you know, our goal, as every team in this league is right, to hold the inaugural cup and be the first ones to hold the champion trophy and have our names first. And Binghamton Bombers are different than any one of those. And so we have to do the little things. And it's not going to be easy. There's other teams in this league that are really good. They're fast, they're big, they're strong as well, just like us. You know, and they're working hard too. So I look forward to the challenge. I'm excited about the challenge. You know, and you know, we had another team here at the same facility. I chose to not watch too much of their stuff because I want to respect them and what they're doing, and I hope that they respect me and what I'm doing. And if they don't, that's fine. You might know what I'm going to do. Try and stop me. It doesn't matter. I might send you my playbook. That's okay. You still got to stop me, and you got to stop my guys. And my guys are the guys that are going to really lunge through a wall for that system and break that wall down. So you can do all the scouting you want, right? At the end of the day, your players just got to do it better than mine. And that's the challenge, right? And as a coach, I have to do, you know, I look at the same challenge as the coaches. As a coach, I have to work harder than the other coaches. I have to do it better than the other coaches. I have to create enough systems and structures and be flexible enough to make changes and make adjustments and help the guys be prepared for those adjustments and changes, so that if we have to make game changes, we can.
Yeah. All right. One of the biggest things I think that you bring to the Binghamton Bombers is your professional experience, your international professional experience coaching. Now, I mean, how cool is it for you to get to like show some of these young guys, these new pros, and to like see and kind of usher in and like, I don't know what the word you're looking for, but you know, get to be a part of that with these young guys.
Sure. I mean, I think every huddle I've tried to help the guys understand what it means to be a professional. You know, the level of work that it takes to get into that. I do speak professionally, you know, internationally, you know, in front of audiences and crowds. But what I really enjoy is standing in a locker room with 17 guys, saying something to them that inspires them to do something that they've never done before. Inspires them to work harder than they've ever worked before. Inspires them to do what it takes to become a champion. And that's the exciting thing that I really enjoy doing, is being able to share some words that hopefully touches part of who they are, touches their spirit. And I know at the end of our third session, at the very end, we shared a little bit of that. And I think the end of the practice, guys were like, well, let's keep going. And that's exactly what I want to see, that your eyes light up and you're on fire and you're ready to go and you're exhausted and you're tired, but your eyes are lit and you're on fire, and there's that passion. And that passion is what will make the difference. And that's what I hope to inspire, along with the X's and O's. It's not just X's and O's, right? It's the other stuff. And how the passion translates onto what they do on the field.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, and see you guys next weekend.
You're welcome. Yeah, my son had to get a little screen time on there, so
yeah.
Got along.
Yeah, we'll definitely give him a shout out.
Sure, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Go Binghamton Bombers.
Go Binghamton Bombers. Who's going to win the league? Binghamton Bombers?
Yeah.
And your dad's going to win it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.